evening. It is 23 minutes after 7 o'clock, and you are listening to AM Ocala Live, and we are broadcasting live from the Paddock Mall this Monday, August 12th, 2019. Thank you for tuning your radio to the source. Let me tell you what the weatherman is telling me to tell you. 82 degrees right now. There is a high expectation today of 90 degrees. Look for an 80% chance of rain, most likely this afternoon. How about that? Tomorrow, pretty much the same thing, with an 80% chance of rain again. Wednesday, about a 50% chance of rain with highs in the upper 80s, so cooling down a tiny bit. And then about a 50% chance on Thursday. That's as far as she wrote. That's as far as she wrote, Robin. Good morning, Robin. How you doing over there?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay.
Good.
Let's see, 7:35 after the news break at the bottom of the hour. We will do as we always do. We will open up the phone lines. We'll chat about the news. We will ask you to call in if you have something you want to share with us or something you want to add to what we've said, or maybe even contest something we've said. Maybe you disagree, that's okay too. It's what we're here for. 8:05, Galen Unold will be on with us. Galen is, of course, our go-to guy when it comes to questions about donating blood. He's also our go-to guy when it comes to questions about sports. He is, as a programming note, going to be doing the first football game of the season, the high school football game, this Friday here at WOCA. So kind of excited about that. This year, Galen is following the Vanguard team, so which means, what that means is that each week he will be with Vanguard as they play the other teams around the area, not just in town, but the whole district, I think, is probably more accurate. But getting back to what Galen does for a job, he works with Life South, and there are some things that you hear about every once in a while that you shouldn't eat or drink before donating blood. And then there are some things you should eat or drink before donating blood or after. So I wanted to kind of ask you if you could go over that list. I know Robin had a mention one time to not drink tea. Remember that?
Yeah, they say don't drink tea. Any kind of tea. Hot. Thank you. So do you. I like your outfit. It looks good.
All right. Let's see. At 8:35. Okay, I told you at 7:35 we express opinion. Well, at 8:35 we don't. We read the news, keep our opinions to ourselves. We don't take phone calls at all. And then at 9:05, that's when the interview part of the show normally begins. We have Nadine Thomas coming on. She's written a book called Grandma's Magic Box.
Yeah,
Grandpa like
that's
that.
intriguing.
9:35, Mike Bond is coming on. We've had him many times before.
He's amazing.
He's got a new book called Goodbye Paris. It's a Pono Hawkins thriller novel.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What do I have for the 9:50 slot?
Yeah.
This is the things that nurses secretly wish you would stop doing.
Oh, nice. I can imagine.
Nurses secretly wish you would stop doing. Kristen Harmel is a researcher and historian. She's got a book called The Winemaker's Wife, which is a historical novel. Edward Posnet is an historian and a travel writer. He's got a book called Strange Harvests, The Hidden Histories of 7 Natural Objects. Oh, I can't wait to hear that one.
Yeah.
That's at 10:35. That's the kind I would tune into. That's why I like listing them in the beginning, because if, there might be some subjects you want to look forward to. That one's 10:35. And then finally, Greg Kozira at 10:05 in the studio. He's talking about the Green New Deal proposed by U.S. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and others, by the way. Mm-hmm. Greg is the director of marketing for Shale Crescent USA. He's a professional engineer, environmentalist with more than 35 years of experience. We've had him in the studio before, correct?
Yeah, we have.
Just the Frax, ma'am. He's that guy.
Yeah. He's supposed to be here, but he might have a detour, so he might be on the phone. So we'll see.
Okay. Well,
we'll see.
He's you know what? He's a really knowledgeable guy when it comes to this kind of stuff. It's interesting. He's an environmentalist and he works for an energy company.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
So he's got the truth about hydrofracking and the next great American boom. I don't know.
He's pretty amazing.
Yeah, he's pretty convincing, but what do I know? I do a radio show, Robin. The more I do it, the more I realize I don't know a whole lot.
That's why we interview people to get every perspective, not just one perspective as other radio hosts do.
That's right. So I had a good weekend. Let's see, we What do we do? Don't even remember what we did. we're making plans. That's what we're doing. Making plans.
We did stuff. I just can't remember. We jam-pack everything in one Saturday because that's the only day we have.
Yeah. Well, we're kind of looking ahead to September. We'll be gone for a week for a memorial service for my brother out in Arizona, right on the state line of Arizona and California. It's Havasu City.
Looking forward to that.
I've never been there, so it's is it okay to be looking forward to a trip that has a sad element to it? But I'm looking forward to seeing that area. He'd love that area.
Yeah, I think so. We've got one day, so that's at the end. We have one day to go explore, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but I mean, you'll be there the whole time. It'll be
but we'll be working.
I think he would want us to have an enjoyable time while we're out in one of his favorite places in the world.
I think so too. I think you can only work so long, and then we can go out for a couple hours and explore. I'm so looking forward to that.
If you think about it, my brother, he grew up in New York, right? He lived in Florida for a real short period of time, a couple of years, I think, and then he decided to move out west to California. So he was in another big city in L.A.
Yeah.
But then later on in life, he discovered this desert just to the east of him in Arizona, and he fell in love with that. So we went from a big city, New York, to a small city called Dunellen, and then the big city called L.A., and then a small city called Yucca, Arizona. All right?
That's right.
So, he went from big city to small city. That was his legacy, I suppose. And anyway, so that's what we pretty much did this weekend, was to prepare for that trip.
I think we should explore everything. No matter where a person is in life, they should explore it all.
Good philosophy. All right, we'll take a little break. We will be right back. Your phone calls are invited. The number is 622-9622. Be right back. This is WOCA Ocala.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. An announcement about Jeffrey Epstein's cause of death and detention in New York City is delayed, says the medical examiner, pending further information. Fox's Jackie Heinrich reports.
The Bureau of Prisons has dodged our repeated attempts to confirm reports that the guards who were supposed to be watching Epstein were understaffed and forced to work overtime shifts. New York Times is among several outlets reporting that Epstein was supposed to be checked every 30 minutes, but that procedure was not followed. BOP also refused to confirm that Epstein died by hanging or say whether he was in a cell by himself.
Epstein is being held without bail, charged with federal sex trafficking and conspiracy. We saw children crying for their parents after immigration raids at food processing plants in Mississippi last week. Acting Director of Customs and Border Protection Mark Morgan says on CNN State of the Union,
every single person that they apprehended, the first question that they asked was, do you have a child? Where are they?
This is Fox News.
Napa know-how.
At Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers, get a $25 prepaid Visa card when you get any Napa Automotive battery. It's the best deal for some of the best batteries from some of the best car people around. But we might be a little partial. Anywho, pick up any Napa Automotive battery and save $25. Do it yourself or have it done for you. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers while supplies last. Offer ends 8/31/19.
Pros like you expect more out of the brands you use every day. Lowe's gets it. It's why we stock the best brands so you can get the job done right every time. And now we're offering Pro customers a chance to give one of those brands a try for free. Right now, pros can get up to 10 gallons of Valspar paint absolutely free and experience firsthand how Valspar delivers a smooth application and reliable color for all your touch-up work. Take your next paint job to the next level. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Valid in Orlando and Phoenix stores only. Requires return authorization number. See Pro Desk for details.
Here is your 1-minute news brief. Marion County Public Schools say a company that publishes and develops educational services was hacked, compromising personal student information for more than 37,000 students. Gainesville Fire Rescue responded to a Bass Pro Shop after a customer accidentally discharged his own handgun, hitting himself in the leg twice. A DeSoto County man is in custody after telling narcotics officers during a traffic stop that he had a live hand grenade. Florida authorities are charging a 26-year-old man they say posted a threat on Facebook that he was about to have his semi-automatic rifle returned and people should stay away from Walmart. 3 dogs have died after being exposed to toxic algae while swimming in a pond in Wilmington, North Carolina. More than 250 people marched down Main Street in Tavares on Saturday protesting the decision to bring a statue of a Confederate general to the Historical Society there. And Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party returns to the Magic Kingdom this Friday. And that is your news brief from The Source.
It'll be a warm and humid Monday, pretty typical for this time of year. A mix of clouds and sunshine. A thunderstorm in parts of the area this afternoon. Highs of 89 to 93. After an early evening thunderstorm lingers, your Monday night will be clearing. Lows of 76 to 78. Both Tuesday and Wednesday, some sunshine and thunderstorm each afternoon with highs not far from 90 both days. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Bill Decker.
Jan Marino from Palm Garden, and we are the best. As a matter of fact, we're the best of the best. You can put us to the test and we'll keep caring without any rest. The Ocala Star banner has a contest, you see. You can vote for Palm Garden and you can vote for me. Go to Ocala.com. It is easy to vote. You can vote every day, so please take note. Palm Garden really is the best. As a matter of fact, we're the best of the best.
Honey Baked Ham at 2709 Southwest 27th Avenue has new management. For our listeners, they're offering a 10% discount. Just mention this ad.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your Verizon representative with news that will hum your car, make it smart and safe. How? With the new Hum device by Verizon. You can rest assured you're never alone. Flat tire? Lost? Accident? For $10 a month, Hum by Verizon has you covered. And I will come to you in Marion County to install the Hum for free. Time to call me at 352-528-0020. Are you ready to hum along? Call 352-528-0020.
Rucker calls for the snap. He drops back. He looks. He's going to keep it. Nope. Now he stops. Pops. And it's touchdown! Knights!
I'm Galen Udall. Join me live every Friday night starting August 16th as WOCA will broadcast every Vanguard Night football game on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, and on YouTube at WOCA, The Source.
Thank you, Galen. 25 minutes before 8 o'clock. Nice looking day out there. Hey, the other day, yesterday, as a matter of fact, I was here at the radio station. When I left, I went past the Sears building, the old Sears building, and I noticed they have a sign in the window. Apparently, that's going to be one of those pop-up Halloween stores. I can't remember what they call it, but you know what I mean. Every year around this time, you start to see a store go up that used to be vacant, and then all of a sudden, it's a temporary store. I think they did it at CVS. In the shopping plaza next door. So this time it's going to be right here in the mall.
Exactly.
Right?
That's
and
pretty cool.
I don't know how, I don't think they're going to fill that whole area with Halloween stuff. That's a large area to fill.
Yeah.
But I did see them unloading things at the loading dock yesterday too. So not only is there a sign in the window, and I think that sign is asking for employees that they're hiring or something.
Yeah, every year that Halloween area hires employees, and it's seasonal work, and it's really a nice thing to do, especially if you want to get extra money for Christmas.
Yeah, that's always a fun thing. Today's the first day of school, by the way. Just a reminder for those of you who don't have children. If you have children, I didn't tell you anything new. But before we do the heavy news, I have some wise old sayings regarding the first day of school.
Oh, nice. How cool is
These
that?
wise old sayings. They're not that old, really.
Nice.
Let's see. This one is from the movie Finding Nemo.
Oh, nice. I've never seen that movie.
First day of school. Wake up. Come on. First day of school. There's your quote. There's your words of wisdom.
Nice.
Here's from Dr. Seuss. You're off to great places. Today is your first day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. There's your quote from Dr. Seuss.
I love that. Your mountain is waiting. I think that's very, very profound.
Yep.
It is. And kudos to all of the students that stay in school and graduate and get their diploma and not drop out. Because it's a lot of work, a lot of hard work to stay in school, but kudos to those students that do. I admire them greatly.
Here's a Mark Twain quote about the first day of school. Describing her first day back in grade school after a long absence, a teacher said, "It was like trying to hold 35 corks underwater at the same time."
That's pretty cool. I like that.
George Bernard Shaw said, "What we want is to see the child in pursuit of knowledge and not knowledge in pursuit of the child."
Ooh, there you go.
I'm not sure what that means. Okay.
Yeah, because it's like the child is ignoring it and just goofing off and not really wanting to have, to learn new things.
Malcolm X said, education is our passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today.
Good for him.
An old Chinese proverb says, learning is a treasure that will follow its owner everywhere.
Mm-hmm. First
day of school, the day when the countdown to the last day of school begins. That's unknown. Nobody wants to take credit for that one. Let's see. Dana Stewart Scott said, learn as much as you can while you are young, since life becomes too busy later.
Nice.
What else is a good one? More quotes about the first day of school. Victor Hugo, he who opens a school door closes a prison.
Ooh, there you go.
I guess I understand that.
Yeah, that's really good, because you're not just, just have whatever's in your own, bedroom, your own universe.
This is from an 8-year-old unknown boy. I wish school was always as laid back as the first day of school. He likes the first day. It's laid back. No worries. You got everything under control. Let's see. Jenny McCarthy. Waking your kids up for school the first day after a break is almost as much fun as birthing them. From Amit Kalantri. On the first day of college, you will worry about how you will do inside the college, and at the last day of college, you will wonder what you will do outside the college. Okay. Let's see. Any more? Carlos Boozer.
Ooh.
I felt like the first day of school or something. My heart was beating a little faster. My anticipation was building up. It was like the first day of school when you go to kindergarten or something. I don't know what that's from. It must be from something.
Yeah, I love that.
Any more? Josephine Baker. You must get an education. You must go to school, and you must learn to protect yourself. And you must learn to protect yourself with the pen and not the gun.
Good for her.
Yeah.
The fan dancer.
Unknown. The first day of school is always a fashion show. The rest of the school year is the pajama party. And let's see, one more. That awkward moment on the first day of school when you go in front of the class and introduce yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Unknown.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go. John Travolta has a new movie out there. I don't know if it's on yet. It's called Fanatic.
The Fanatic?
The Fanatic? I don't know. But anyway, he gave a little presentation down, I think it was in the Villages. I saw it in the Star Banner.
Uh-huh.
So he's completely bald now with a beard.
Yeah, he looks pretty dashing.
He looks nice, yeah. I think he looks good.
Yeah, so he's playing the bad guy or the good guy?
I think he's playing the bad guy.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not a big fan of movies that people kill other people. I know other people like them. They just, but there's always a reason. I just don't like it. Just don't need it. Don't like it. Don't want it. No offense, Mr. Travolta, if you're listening, but just the truth is, and the kind of movies I do like, I kind of get picked on for them. I like dialogue movies. I kind of get picked on for them.
Yeah, I know. I think that's ridiculous.
All right, let's see. A data breach could have impacted 37,000 students of Marion County schools. This is information from Marion County Public Schools. I presume that Kevin Christian sent this out.
Yep, he wrote the press release.
These are from students who went to school in Marion County 2010 through 2017. So some of them are no longer in the schools, I'm assuming, but others maybe. Anyway, so people whose names were on that list will be getting a letter. And if your credit, let's see, Pearson is the name of the company. They say they will offer free credit monitoring to everyone affected. If you were impacted, you'll get a letter in the mail. And if you need to know more, you can go to the website for the school district. It's Marion County Public Schools website, and I just don't know it off the top of my head. Sorry.
Let's see. I got it.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
I have it, yeah.
What is it?
Let's see. Where did it go? MarionCountySchools.net.
That's it? MarionCountySchools.net?
I'm sorry, MarionSchools.net.
Okay, MarionSchools.net.
3 W's, MarionSchools.net.
Got it, okay. Let's see. There was a guy at a Bass Pro Shop up in Gainesville, had his gun in his pocket, and it went off twice, shooting himself in the leg.
Jeez.
Not sure what happened there.
I know.
He did have a license to carry, a concealed carry permit, but somehow his gun went off.
Maybe he had an itch. That's why you wear boots and have a boot gun.
The DeSoto County Sheriff's Office reported that they stopped a guy in a traffic stop, and he told the officer he had a live hand grenade in the car.
God.
Let's see. Florida authorities are charging a 26-year-old man they say posted a threat on Facebook saying that he was going to have his semi-automatic rifle returned pretty soon and don't go to Walmart next week. So they arrested him.
Good for him. Good for them.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
People so unbelievable. All right, here's one to take note of. This is actually a North Carolina story, but I put it in our local news only because we have probably certain similar circumstances. Bottom line, 3 dogs went swimming in a pond, and a few days later they were all dead. Now, the reason, this is in North Carolina, the reason apparently is because they were exposed to, hold on, let me say it right, toxic algae.
Gosh.
Toxic algae. The 3 dogs were Abby, Izzy, and Harpo. It was in a pond in Wilmington, North Carolina. This was Thursday night. By Friday night, they were dead. Took a day.
Oh, my God.
15 minutes after leaving the pond, one of the dogs had a seizure. They got home. The second dog had a seizure. Then the 6-year-old Doodle mixed therapy dog, whatever that is, began to seize and show signs of liver failure. By midnight Friday, all 3 dogs had died.
Oh, my God.
A veterinarian said they were poisoned from blue-green algae present in the pond where they played. I'm just reporting this. I mean, these are obviously dogs, and in another state, wouldn't normally make news that a dog dies. It's horrible for the people who own the dog, but I'm bringing it up to our listeners' attention because I've done this. How many times when I had my dog did I go into a natural body of water with her and not know it could be harmful?
Yeah, humans go in the natural bodies of water.
Toxic algae blooms are more likely to infest bodies of fresh water when the weather is warm and waters are stagnant.
Wow.
There's no cure for the poisoning, and exposure nearly always leads to death in dogs. Drinking from a body of water where blue-green algae lurks could kill a dog. Licking it off of the fur can kill a dog within 15 minutes.
Oh, my God.
So it's a sad, horrible kind of a story. But I think one of our missions in doing this radio show is to get that kind of information out there because you could stop somebody. It's kind of like that swimming pool in the back of the truck story where the little girl was in the pool, just excited to go home and go swimming, and she ended up dying. This was years ago now, but
yeah, that was horrible.
The wind lifted the pool and her into traffic, and the rest of the story. So we didn't like telling that story, but we told it because we knew there was going to be somebody in our town that would have a swimming pool similar, and a little girl saying, "Can I ride in the truck?
Yeah.
Can I ride in the back?"
Right.
It just seems harmless, but it's not.
No.
It's just like there was a story over the weekend of umbrellas. In fact, I think you have it in News Bites today. Another umbrella story where somebody got impaled by the umbrella, the stick that goes into the beach. These are the beach umbrellas, I mean, not a regular umbrella.
The beach umbrellas.
Beach umbrellas, yeah. The wind lifted the umbrella, and it came down, I think it pierced the guy in the leg or a lady.
Oh, my God. Oh,
in a way, if you're going to be hit, the leg is better than the heart,
Yeah, exactly. Too sad.
Let's see.
You're always so good at bringing news and bringing everything to the forefront. A lot of research you do every day.
It's my job. All right, so there was a statue up in Washington, D.C. You probably heard about it. It was no longer going to represent the state of Florida. There were 2 statues up there representing each state. There are, at this time, 2 statues in every state, for every state. One of the statues that represented Florida was a Confederate general. His name was, he's not alive anymore, of course. What was his name? His name was Edmund Kirby Smith. He was one of the statues that represented Florida. But because he was a Confederate soldier, it became, a point of contention. So they decided to remove it. I don't know who they are. I'm going to use that in a way. I don't normally like to say just they. I like to say who I'm talking about.
Right.
But in this case, trust me, it was some authorities either in D.C. or in Tallahassee. But anyway, it was decided to remove it and replace it with the statue of a great lady, Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune.
Right.
Makes sense.
Right, I remember that, sure.
So Lake County said, well, first of all, the statue of the Confederate General, Smith, was offered to the city of St. Augustine because that's where he was from. They didn't want to have anything to do with it. So the city of Tavares in Lake County said, we'll take it. And so now there's a lot of pushback. People are just not wanting that statue in Tavares. My guess is they won't get it because it's going to be a year before they get the thing down here. I guess right now it's in storage up there somewhere, but
it's just too sad because everybody wants to erase history, and you have to have reminders of what once was, so we don't make those mistakes again. Are
you able to take this kind of a story and see both sides to it? Because I do. I see both sides to this.
Yeah, I do too. But I think history is history, and
that's one side.
We should never forget.
And what's the other side?
And the other side is that they feel that history, that what those events happened back then was really bad, and we should remember them, and we shouldn't.
Well, it's
try to remember.
It's equated to putting a statue of Hitler up in Germany.
Yeah.
That's the reason why people don't want it. So, and I'm not taking sides. I'm just telling you. You know what side I take, if you want to know? I take the side of the general consensus of the people. That's kind of the way I feel about that one. And a specific general is, to me, more offensive than the average soldier who was just simply doing his job.
Yeah.
It's two different things.
No, I do agree with you on that.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah, good morning. When the first notice went out for suggestions to replace the general, I had suggested Guy Gabaldon.
I remember
who was the Pied Piper of Saipan. But I think Mary McLeod Bethune was a very good choice.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I do remember that, Jim. Appreciate the call.
Yeah,
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a good morning, all.
Hope you're doing good. Here's a fun one. Non-controversial. Well, it could be. Everything's controversial. Halloween is what I'm talking about. All right. It seems like a long way away, right?
Yep.
Friday.
This Friday?
This Friday is when Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party returns to the Magic Kingdom this Friday.
Nice.
Holy mackerel, Robin. This Friday.
I know. Isn't that kind of like really pushing it? I mean, they could have at least waited till the middle of September after Labor Day. They're looking at those almighty
Well, look
dollars.
at this. Sears is going to be at one of those pop-up Halloween stores.
Yep.
They get started early.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh. What do you think of this story? Bill Cosby wants his conviction erased.
Of course he does. Of course he does. He raped all those women, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't really do it."
Anyway, this is actual serious news. He just doesn't want it. The request to have his conviction erased goes before a Pennsylvania appellate panel today for a hearing expected to focus on whether the trial judge made prejudicial errors or properly allowed testimony about Cosby's decades-long pattern of sexual misconduct. The hearing will be before a 3-judge panel, and it could be short. Could be short, I think so.
I love that, yeah.
The judges will not issue a decision today, and there's no telling when they will. If the decision goes against Cosby, then Cosby stays in his prison cell near Philadelphia, and his lawyers can try to persuade the Pennsylvania Supreme Court to then hear his appeal.
Good. He needs to stay in jail. He needs to stay in jail.
When I first read this story, I thought it said Anne Murray.
Oh.
The singer.
Yes.
But it says Andy Murray.
Oh, I wonder who that is.
Andy Murray is a 3-time major champion. He is pain-free and moving better all the time. He's back to playing singles at the Masters event, Murray is the first day focus at the Western and Southern Open today. A painful exit at the Australian Open left him thinking the end of his career was in sight. He had a second hip operation in January where doctors implanted metal. He eliminated the pain and totally changed his outlook. His against the odds comeback takes another step when he faces Richard Gasquet in the first round this afternoon.
Well, good for him. Good for him. Determination, is everything.
I took our friend Doug to Burger King yesterday.
Yes, you did, you said.
And he was so excited because he couldn't wait to ask for the Mission Impossible burger.
And did he get it?
He got it.
Did he eat it?
He ate it.
Excellent.
I was across the table and I was looking at it. And it looked just like a regular Whopper. I said, Doug, does the meat look like real meat? So we opened it up. He said, yeah. I don't know if he knew that it was a
veggie burger.
I'm really not sure, but he liked it.
Well, good. I'm glad.
So
I'm glad.
But I just like the fact that he called it a Mission Impossible burger.
Yeah, that's what they should have named it instead of the Impossible Burger. Yeah, get the license for the name for that promotion.
If the same old fast food offerings have taken away your appetite, today is your lucky day. First off, Popeyes is adding a New Orleans-style sandwich to its menu that will be available nationwide at more than 3,000 Popeyes restaurants.
Uh-huh.
You know what they cook Popeyes chicken in, don't you? Olive oil.
Of course.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Of course.
Meanwhile, Wendy's is bringing back its spicy chicken nuggets. First, we got to bring Wendy's back.
Exactly. 2 bit the dust.
Let's see.
In our town.
And Chick-fil-A is rolling out mac and cheese today as a side dish.
Oh, my gosh.
How about that?
Nice.
And speaking of food, a day after French's Mustard announced mustard ice cream.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
That was yesterday.
I guess I got to try that now.
Oscar Mayer took it one step further, and now... What? Now an iced dog sandwich comes with spicy mustard gelato on a cookie bun. Say hello to the Oscar Mayer Ice Dog Sandwich. Flavored ice cream made with hot dogs sandwiched with spicy mustard.
Now that sounds intriguing. I think I'm going to try that too. I'm going to try the mustard ice cream and the ice dog sandwich.
Okay. You're not going to try the Mission Impossible burger?
I don't know. You said it,
No, it looked fine.
Yeah.
It was just... All right. I don't want to say anything bad about it. I'm just saying that I didn't... You know when you go to Burger King, there's this charbroiled roasted... What do they call it? Not charcoal... Whatever.
Charbroiled.
Char-grilled.
Char-grilled.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
It's got that smell,
Yeah.
This didn't have that.
Uh-huh.
Well, and of course it wouldn't. It's not meat.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah. I'll probably try it because we went in there that day looking for it, and Ocala was like 2 days after they announced it was going to be served. So, now they have it, so I'm going to try it.
Woodstock is getting ready to celebrate 50 years later from the Love Festival, which was not really held in Woodstock, New York, by the way, contrary to what everybody seems to think. It's one of those, what do you call that memory when you remember things wrong?
Oh, I don't remember.
The Mandela effect?
That's it. That's what you said, yeah. The Mandela effect.
Because people swear Mandela died in jail when he didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, it actually happened in Bethel, New York. I don't know if you know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so the festival, let's see, was August 15th through the 18th, 1969.
Uh-huh.
15, 16, only 4 days, huh? So...
Yeah, but it was just kind of like an impromptu thing. It really wasn't.
No.
Oh, it was promoted?
It was, oh, yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. I just thought people started showing up.
No. It was promoted as an outdoor festival. They sold tickets, and the story goes that so many people showed up. 400,000, I think, is the number, right?
Yeah, it was huge.
And it was just a small area, so it was really, really crowded. So they had so many people that they said, never mind, we'll just do it for free.
Mm-hmm.
My theory is that the people believed that the Beatles were going to be there.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what they believed, but none of them did. Good morning, you're on the air.
Good morning, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. So two of my cousins were there.
Really?
And it rained, and the field turned into mud. The first day, so many of the first day acts were stuck on the road from all the heavy traffic that Richie Havens had one of the longest sets at Woodstock because they kept sending him out. No, the act's not here yet. Go out for another 10 minutes.
That's great.
So he had the longest set for the 3 days.
Oh wow! I had heard that.
Anyway, have a good morning.
Thank you, Jim. I had heard that the song that Richie Havens did called "Freedom" was it called "Freedom"?
Freedom, yeah.
I had heard that was actually improvised on the spot. That he really hadn't written it. He was like out of songs, and he said,
"Oh
my gosh!" And he just made up a song on the spot. Became a classic, as a matter of fact.
Nice.
Jeffrey Epstein is dead. I think you know that already. I don't really need to tell you this story, but this is the guy that was in jail. He was going to be facing sex offense charges, and apparently if he had done all the things they said he did, then he's probably not in heaven right now.
Good.
But who am I to say? He was taken off of suicide watch and doesn't say why, but he ended up, they think, killing himself. They think he did it to himself. I don't know. The reports are so contrary on that story, but anyway.
Those prisoners took care of him.
He does have a Florida connection, by the way, a South Florida connection. He had a home in Palm Beach.
Mm-hmm. Disgusting.
And I guess we got to go. I guess we're out of time.
Okay. Excellent.
All right. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Jim, for calling in. We'll take a little break. We'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. We're still waiting on results of Jeffrey Epstein's autopsy. The New York City Medical Examiner's Office says an announcement's delayed pending further information.
Officials do call it an apparent suicide, but many are asking how that could happen while Epstein was in federal custody. There are reports guards assigned to Epstein's jail unit were working maximum overtime shifts due to a staffing shortage. Now, he died at the age of 66 on Saturday. He was accused of sex trafficking young girls for years.
Fox's Mark Meredith. Bill Cosby's attorneys will be in court in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania today, asking for his sexual assault conviction to be overturned. They argue the judge should not have let other accusers testify.
Cosby, who turned 82 last month, is currently serving a 3 to 10 year sentence after a jury found him guilty of drugging and molesting Andrea Constant at his home in 2004. More than 50 women have accused him of similar acts.
That's Fox's Tanya J. Powers. This is Fox News.
Napa know-how.
At Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care Centers, get a $25 prepaid Visa card when you get any Napa automotive battery. It's the best deal for some of the best batteries from some of the best car people around. But we might be a little partial. Anywho, pick up any Napa automotive battery and save $25. Do it yourself or have it done for you. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care Centers while supplies last. Offer ends 8/31/19.
Pros like you expect more out of the brands you use every day. Lowe's gets it. It's why we stock the best brands so you can get the job done right every time. And now we're offering Pro customers a chance to give one of those brands a try for free. Right now, pros can get up to 10 gallons of Valspar paint absolutely free and experience firsthand how Valspar delivers a smooth application and reliable color for all your touch-up work. Take your next paint job to the next level. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Valid in Orlando and Phoenix stores only. Requires return authorization number. See Pro Desk for details.
Here is your 1-minute news brief. Marion County Public Schools say a company that publishes and develops educational services was hacked, compromising personal student information for more than 37,000 students. Gainesville Fire Rescue responded to a Bass Pro Shop after a customer accidentally discharged his own handgun, hitting himself in the leg twice. A DeSoto County man is in custody after telling narcotics officers during a traffic stop that he had a live hand grenade. Florida authorities are charging a 26-year-old man they say posted reported a threat on Facebook that he was about to have his semi-automatic rifle returned and people should stay away from Walmart. 3 dogs have died after being exposed to toxic algae while swimming in a pond in Wilmington, North Carolina. More than 250 people marched down Main Street in Tavares on Saturday protesting the decision to bring a statue of a Confederate general to the Historical Society there, and Mickey's Not-So-Scary Halloween Party returns to the Magic Kingdom this Friday. And that is your news brief from The Source.
It'll be a warm and humid Monday, pretty typical for this time of year. A mix of clouds and sunshine. A thunderstorm in parts of the area this afternoon. Highs of 89 to 93. After an early evening thunderstorm lingers, your Monday night will be clearing. Lows of 76 to 78. Both Tuesday, Wednesday, some sunshine and thunderstorm each afternoon with highs not far from 90 both days. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Bill Denger.
I'm Jan Marino from Palm Garden, and we are the best. As a matter of fact, we're the best of the best. You can put us to the test, and we'll keep caring without any rest. The Ocala Star banner has a contest, you see. You can vote for Palm Garden, and you can vote for me. Go to Ocala.com. It is easy to vote. You can vote every day, so please take note. Palm Garden really is the best. As a matter of fact, we're the best of the best.
Honey Baked Ham at 2709 Southwest 27th Avenue has new management. For our listeners, they're offering a 10% discount. Just mention this ad.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Howdy folks, RL here for Dairy Queen Silver Springs. We want to thank Marion County for 45 years of loyalty. We love this wonderful community, so come on down to Dairy Queen Silver Springs and get some of our great food and ice cream. We have a number of great meal deals that include dessert at a better price than anyone in the industry. Our products are made fresh to order, just for you. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
The College of Central Florida is committed to being your first choice for quality higher education. CF has locations in Marion, Citrus, and Levy counties and offers more than 60 academic programs. Earn a certificate, associate, or bachelor's degree with Florida's 2+2 program. A student can complete an associate in arts at CF and be guaranteed admission to a state of Florida university. CF is ranked number 13 in the U.S. for affordability, is military friendly, and offers a full student life experience. Make CF your first choice. Call 352-873-5800.
It's time for the 37th annual Ocala Shrine Rodeo. Thursday, August 29th. Don't miss Bullfighters Only, the baddest animals on the planet. Rodeo action Friday and Saturday, August 30th and 31st, 7:30 nightly at the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion. For information, check out OcalaShrineRodeo.com. OcalaShrineRodeo.com. Bullfighters Only in the Ocala Shrine Rodeo. Don't miss it.
Rucker calls for the snap. He drops back. He looks. He looks. He looks. He's going to keep it. Nope. Now he stops. Pops. And it's touchdown. Knights.
I'm Galen Udall. Join me live every Friday night starting August 16th as WOCA will broadcast every Vanguard Night football game on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, and on YouTube at WOCA, The Source.
Yeah, looking forward to that. That's this Friday. Galen Newnold will be doing those football games following the Vanguard team all season long, and so be sure to tune in each Friday for all of those games. And I'm sure Galen will give you some details about the dates that he'll be doing it. I know it's this Friday. Hey, it looks nice out there. Galen is on the phone. Good morning, Galen. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Larry. Robin, how are you?
Pretty good. Where are you today?
Heading to Gainesville, and I will tell you, I think I'm 1 week off on the schedule. I thought the Jamboree was this weekend, but it's next weekend.
Oh, it's next Friday.
So we won't start until next Friday.
Ah, okay.
I'm 90% sure of that.
Okay.
I got some bad information. The schedule I was looking at was wrong. So we'll start next Friday with Gainesville.
All right, well. Still looking forward to it. And are you glad you have a little extra time to prepare, or are you disappointed?
No, I'm ready. Let's do it. I'm ready.
Are they excited when you decide to follow a certain team? Does that kind of give a boost of morale to the whole team?
For this team, it does, just because I know them. You know what I mean? I know a lot of the players. I know a lot of the kids, and I think they're excited. I've done other schools, and they, I'm all the way through the, the season. Like, oh, I didn't know the game was on the air. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's
so
just a lack of.
At the end of the season, do they invite you to their season dinners?
No.
No. Oh my gosh.
No. I'm not part of the team.
Oh my gosh. Yes, you are. In a way. I mean, you're.
No.
No.
I'm the media. I wouldn't want to do that. That's not for me. I mean, if you've ever been, these team dinners are they're very intimate. There's a lot of. I'm not in the huddle. I'm not at practice grinding away. I'm not the one suffering in the 95-degree heat. So that's who that's for.
Well, thank you for doing it. We appreciate it. So when you do the game, do you normally order food for the booth you're in? Because you're there a long time. Do you have something to eat?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Nothing at all?
No, I couldn't eat anyway. No time. No time. No. I drink a lot of water and take a lot of cough drops. That's pretty much my diet. And then, I just love it. So, yeah.
So today's topic, I hope it doesn't throw you too much of a curve, but there are certain things that you're not supposed to eat or drink before donating blood, and maybe there are some things you should eat or drink before donating blood. So I want to ask you about the ingestible things that affect blood donations, or maybe even after you've donated blood, are there some recommendations? So
sure.
That's kind of the topic for today, keeping it sort of in line with what you're here for mostly. You know what somebody told me the other day? They told me that this was an ingenious idea that you had. And I said, doing this. And I said, I think it was... No, let me explain. The conversational thing we do, right? And then somehow we slip in the important message, which takes only about a minute to do.
That's right. Exactly.
So, I don't know.
Exactly.
But I said, I think it was just an accident. We were just having so much fun with Galen, because at first it was just about the information. But then it turned out he had radio skills. He knew how to run with the topic and make it better. And so it became conversational with a message. So I do think he's onto something. I think it is ingenious, but it's kind of accidental genius.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's anybody deserves credit, it would be Tish, because she's the one who came to us and presented the idea. She just, she wanted us to pay for it. And I'm like, well, we don't pay for advertising. and she said, well, what if I can get sponsors to do it? I said, oh, I'd love to do it. We could do that. Love to do it. And, it turned into started off as I think my first call was like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So,
that's how we always do it.
And then you guys started asking about me, and then it kind of grew from there.
Yeah, because when a person, listens to anything that's not visual, you do want to have an element of fun, but you still don't, lose what the major message is. And if all it is about the mechanics of something, that's really boring, and people are going to turn it off and not listen.
You're exactly right. I mean, we try to entertain, and I think that's how it grew, is because we were entertaining one another as much as we were the audience. So
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't happen overnight. I mean, I remember we used to do an hour. I told somebody, I'm like, we used to do an hour. We used to have a break and come back after the break. But that was just too long for all of us. Yeah.
Let's see. I got a message from the Red Cross that said only 3 out of 100 Americans donate blood, and it goes on and on and on, talking about the emergency need. So I'm assuming that if they have a message that they're spreading around, and I never get email from them, so I'm guessing the same thing is true for you, not you personally, but I mean Lifestyles.
Yeah, it's one of the worst shortages I remember. A CEO and I were talking about it last week, and we're just like, we're throwing everything at this problem. I'm not sure if it's the flooding in the Midwest has contributed to it, but I mean, our collections are down. Our collections are down to, again, we've grown pretty dramatically, but 10 years. So, I've kind of pulled away from the recruitment side quite a bit to work more on the business development side, and so I said, if you're coming back to me, that must be bad. So, we were just brainstorming with some ideas, and it's just been a really, really rough. It hasn't just been a summer; it's been a rough almost year. So hopefully we can turn that around and start to meet our community's needs.
So I don't know that this is true, but one of the things that is a thought that I have when I donate blood is, now I have an excuse to eat something decadent. Like I can go get a big Whopper or something.
Yes, exactly.
Now, I know you told me that's not confirmed that it actually burns that many calories, but I tell myself it does, so.
Sure.
By the way, on yesterday, I went with Doug to Burger King, and he ordered the Mission Impossible burger. Just thought I'd share that with you.
Nice. Well, I hope he enjoyed it.
So how is the blood supply? I guess we've already established that it needs, a 2.5 day supply?
Yeah, we're still stuck right there. Again, I'm hoping we can get better. We just need, in order for us to improve that, we need to almost collect double what we need for a week. So.
Wow, and then it only lasts for a few days. So we just got to get more people who are committed to donating. I think that's it. Just say, what, I'm going to be one of those that goes at least every 16 weeks, if not every 8.
Yeah.
Agree with you. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the students of Marion County schools makes us so proud because they're the ones that step up to the plate. That they get out there, they donate blood during the school day, and they're really amazing. I mean, we have to give kudos to the Marion County school students. They are our role models for donating blood.
Yes.
So we want to make sure we thank Palm Garden of Ocala and Penn Flooring. Palm Garden of Ocala Health and Rehabilitation Center. They take a tour at 2700 Southwest 34th Street. Walk through the halls, look in the rooms, visit their dining area, visit their activities room, visit their quiet room. Kind of a place to just chill. They don't allow anything noisy in there. Mm-hmm. Take a stroll through the outdoor area. It is a garden, which is why it's called Palm Garden.
And there's a walkway, too, an asphalt walkway, so you won't fall over roots and things.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah. It's definitely important. Safe for people with walkers and canes and wheelchairs and stuff like that. So it is a beautiful place. Beautiful people is probably more important. And my recommendation is take a tour. If you don't know where they are, give them a call, 854-6262, or use your GPS, 2700 Southwest 34th Street, or your random McNally. And the other sponsor that makes this possible is Penn Flooring. They're at 1201 Southwest 17th Street. The best thing I can say is that the flooring at WLCA looks as new as it did the first day it was put in. Mm-hmm. And that's saying a lot. 7 years later, it looks like all you do is run a vacuum over it, and looks beautiful. And it doesn't even need that unless I'm in the room. Then you need the vacuum. By the way, one quick note about Palm Garden. They've enrolled in the Best of the Best competition for the Star Banner.
Yep.
So if you can go to the Star Banner website and go to the Best of the Best competition and vote for Palm Garden and help them become the best of the best this year. I think every year they're always voted that way. So
yeah, they're great. So I have a question, Galen. If a person plays sports, how long do you have to wait to pick up a basketball or throw a football again after you donate blood?
We prefer that you wait, until you get if you donate in the morning, just listen to your body. Just don't go as hard. You could shoot that evening, and just don't do anything too physical. You don't want to get your heart rate up too high. You really just have to know who you are, and you got to understand you just dehydrated yourself. So you got to drink a lot of fluids, and just don't do it in the hot. But I tell a lot of guys who work out every day, I'm like, hey, let's go for a walk today. Just don't sweat hard and listen to your body.
Well, that's a perfect lead-in.
Some people can recover in 8 hours. Some people, it may take 24, but it just depends on your body.
But for somebody who's never donated, to hear that some people recover after 8 hours, I'm telling you, I don't take a minute to feel normal. I don't ever feel abnormal. I get out of that bus and I'm fine. Now, normal, maybe if you took readings, maybe that would be true, but I don't feel. You know what I mean? I don't have that recovery.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors that go into that. What's your hematocrit level pre-donation? What's your hematocrit level post-donation? Which we don't record. But you're a big guy too, and so you're going to have a little bit more blood volume. But if you're a small person, you taking that unit is going to have a bigger impact because it's the same size unit, no matter how big or how small you are. So it could percentage-wise, it could be a much bigger impact on you.
All right,
so that's why I just tell people, listen to your body.
All right, so let's see. Are there any things that you would say don't drink or eat, like a day or a half hour or something before donating blood?
Yeah, I would tell you before you donate, stay away from really fatty foods because it's going to really screw up your cholesterol level, for one. And secondly, it really slows down your blood donation and it makes it a little tougher. And you just want to drink a lot of water. And Gatorade's okay, but not too much because then it's just so much salt in it. So water is the best thing. Avoid drinking iced tea or any kind of tea with your meal because it blocks your body from taking that food that you're intaking and making iron out of it, which is basically what your blood is. So just be very, very careful with that.
Isn't that something? That's amazing.
And I remember that from Robin. She had an iron issue and she was told not to drink
tea. Yeah.
So after so there's really, that's pretty much it. Fatty foods and tea. What about after you donate? Anything we need to know?
Go crazy. Do whatever you want.
Go get a big burger.
There you go. I'll get two.
What was the thing I saw? Chick-fil-A is going to start selling mac and cheese?
Mac and cheese, yeah.
All right, so we're done with that topic. Let me ask you the next one.
Okay. All right.
So I want to know about the first day of school today compared to when your children were like kindergarten and first grade.
I'll tell you the major difference. Only one of them went. The other one didn't start for 2 weeks.
That's a big difference.
That was a big deal. I mean, both of them have been in school, for the last 15 years.
Yeah.
And then what's different this year is my son he leaves the house at 6:50 because he's got basketball in the morning.
Oh my!
And he did that most of last year. So it's just he's in a different place right now. And then I told my wife this, and I thought she wasn't happy about it. This will be the last time that we take any of our kids to school.
Yeah.
She goes, what do you mean? I said, well, he'll be driving next year.
Oh, the last year, you mean? Okay, I see, yeah.
Yeah, and then she looked at me and I said, what? She goes, you didn't need to tell me that. I'm like, well, I was telling you to appreciate it and enjoy it.
Yeah.
And they left the house at 6:50 and because he had to be at the gym at 7 and she's already all upset because she may not see her oldest son for 3 months while he's at college.
But what's going to make her cry more? When they finally leave the house, is it the empty nest syndrome because the children are gone, or the empty nest syndrome because you're the only one in the house now with her?
Yeah, no, that's I'm like, let's go. I'm ready. I told her that last night. She goes, she gets all. She's like, can we just deal with just me and you? I'm like, yes. I said the only downside I see is now I'll get blamed for everything. I no longer have a scapegoat or two.
You have the dogs, Galen. You can blame it on your dogs.
The dogs can't leave the kitchen messy.
Yeah, there are certain things that dogs can't. You can blame them for the funny smell in the air. You can do that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But it's the first day of school, so it's one of those benchmark times in your child's life that you want to capture forever, and it's just weird.
Did you guys?
But I'm excited for him. He's ready. He's ready to go.
Did you guys ever do the first day of school picture where you're holding a handwritten sign of some sort?
No.
I see that on Facebook.
You know, I wish I had one now. I wish I had one like for every first day of school for like their entire life.
Oh, really? Yeah.
No, I didn't do that. No, I didn't do it. I'd probably do if I looked hard enough. I didn't earmark them. So
I just took their pictures. I didn't put a sign in front of them and said, "This is the first day of school."
Do you know? I'm pretty good with Photoshop. I could take an old photo and put a sign in.
There you go.
Pretty good.
You know, it's a weird day. It's a weird day.
Did you drove your son to school this morning?
No, my wife did.
Okay.
My wife did. I didn't feel like getting up that early. I got to do it every other day. She had to go in early today. So.
And your older son, he starts college in 2 weeks?
Yeah. Yeah, 2 weeks from today.
And where's he going?
We take him to FSU in basically 10 days.
Oh, FSU. That's right. Yeah. Well, that's right. He might end up being friends with Robin's
with Aaron, yeah.
nephew.
Aaron's a junior this year at FSU, yeah. Yeah.
But I don't think he does sports, does he?
No.
But he does.
Neither does mine. Caleb's not going there for sports.
Oh, really? Okay. But
he's not an athlete. He got an academic scholarship.
Okay. Robin's nephew, he's also not there for music, but he does play the trumpet.
Plays the trumpet. Yeah, he's won a lot of awards.
So is he going to be in the school band?
He's got no musical skills either. He loves math and science. He'll be a chemical engineer. So.
Oh, well, maybe they'll be in the same computer class then, or one of those kind of classes.
Chemical engineer.
Oh, chemical.
I don't know how much computer. Not computer engineer, chemical engineer.
Wow.
Nice. That's pretty amazing. Well, good for him.
Yeah,
that's wonderful, Galen.
All right. Well, be careful out there. What did you go to Gainesville today? You said, right?
Yeah. So it'll be a good day.
All right. So high school football starts a week from Friday, not this Friday.
A week from Friday. That's right. I was wrong. So there is a jamboree this Friday, but we won't broadcast the jamboree because it's kind of a disheveled mess. But it should be really, really good. It's preseason; it doesn't really count. So I'm excited. My partner is going to be Blake Childress for the majority of the season. Milton Smith will be on there a little bit, but it'll be mostly Blake. And Blake's a great guy. He's a former was in the Army, and he was actually blown up by an IUD and IED in Afghanistan, and he's a veteran and just a good dude. So yeah, excited about spending the season with him.
And his name is Blake Childress?
Yeah.
Blake.
Yep, that's right.
Excellent. Let me connect the call. Somebody's calling in. Good morning. You're on the air with Galen. Hello? Good morning.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning. Can you hear me? What happened, Robert?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say one of the most distinguished mathematics professors in the world taught at FSU for the last few years before he died, and there'll probably be a few things in and around campus commemorating that. Professor Paul Dirac, D-I-R-A-C. He's the one that developed the theory of antimatter, among other things, and he was a big thing at Florida State. I just thought I'd pass that on.
Oh wow, didn't know that.
Have a good morning.
All right, thank you, appreciate that. Galen, we didn't lose you, did we? Galen?
No, I'm still here. I can barely hear you.
Okay, I don't know what happens when I do that, but so okay. Well, maybe there's some bugs we still have to work out with this Skype because we're kind of doing a test run.
Yeah.
So when we do the football game, because that's how we do it over Skype.
Right. Exactly.
Sounds better. All right. Where's the Bloodmobile today?
Hey, Bloodmobile today, Larry. We're actually at the Village's Walmart, so come out and see us. And we're also right down there on the boulevard right there on Silver Springs Boulevard. Come see us right across the street from the Cascades.
And kudos to Life South because this past Saturday you gave away school supplies and backpacks to the donors for their students, and that was pretty amazing. Life South Community Blood Centers are always here for community.
Yeah, we got a nice donation to pull that off, so that was a good partnership within the community. Worked out well for everybody.
I have an idea, Galen, for you. Are you ready?
Okay.
All right, this is not a silly one. This is a good one. So everybody who's listening, if you go to work and you say to the people you work with, "Are you a blood donor?" Because that'll start up a conversation. That's all you need to ask. Yes or no. And if you are or you're not, you just tell them honestly. Well, I listen to this guy on the radio every morning, and I've always thought I should donate blood, or I always do donate blood, but I don't know other people who actually do. So you start the conversation, then it leads to, there's a 2-day supply? That's horrible.
Yeah.
2-day supply. Maybe
exactly.
Maybe that'll grow, and we can get a little bit of a domino effect from that, right?
That'd be wonderful.
All right.
That's it. That's exactly what we need. Yeah.
All right. Well, be careful out there, Galen. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you guys for everything.
All right.
Bye, all.
We'll be right back.
I'm Jan Marino from Palm Garden, and we are the best. As a matter of fact, we're the best of the best. You can put us to the test, and we'll keep caring without any rest. The Ocala Star banner has a contest, you see. You can vote for Palm Garden, and you can vote for me. Go to Ocala.com. It is easy to vote. You can vote every day, so please take note. Palm Garden really is the best. As a matter of fact, we're the best of the best.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Rucker calls for the snap. He drops back. He looks. He's going to keep it. Nope. Now he stops. Pops. And it's touchdown! Knights!
I'm Galen Udall. Join me live every Friday night starting August 16th as WOCA will broadcast every Vanguard Night football game on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, and on YouTube at WOCA, The Source.
Honey Baked Ham at 2709 Southwest 27th Avenue has new management. For our listeners, they're offering a 10% discount. Just mention this ad.
WOCA. Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA. Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. We're still waiting on results of Jeffrey Epstein's autopsy. The New York City Medical Examiner's Office says an announcement's delayed pending further information.
Officials do call it an apparent suicide, but many are asking how that could happen while Epstein was in federal custody. There are reports guards assigned to Epstein's jail unit were working maximum overtime shifts due to a staffing shortage. Now, he died at the age of 66 on Saturday. He was accused of sex trafficking young girls for years.
Fox's Mark Meredith. Bill Cosby's attorneys will be in court in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania today, asking for his sexual assault conviction to be overturned. They argue the judge should not have let other accusers testify.
Cosby, who turned 82 last month, is currently serving a 3 to 10 year sentence after a jury found him guilty of drugging and molesting Andrea Constand at his home in 2004. More than 50 women have accused him of similar acts.
That's Fox's Tanya J. Powers. This is Fox News.
Napa know-how.
At Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers, get a $25 prepaid Visa card when you get any Napa automotive battery. It's the best deal for some of the best batteries from some of the best car people around. But we might be a little partial. Anywho, pick up any Napa automotive battery and save $25. Do it yourself or have it done for you. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers while supplies last. Offer ends 8/31/19.
Pros like you expect more out of the brands you use every day. Lowe's gets it. It's why we stock the best brands so you can get the job done right every time. And now we're offering Pro customers a chance to give one of those brands a try for free. Right now, pros can get up to 10 gallons of Valspar paint absolutely free and experience firsthand how Valspar delivers a smooth application and reliable color for all your touch-up work. Take your next paint job to the next level. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Valid in Orlando and Phoenix stores only. Requires return authorization number. See Pro Desk for details.
Here is your 1-minute news brief. Marion County Public Schools say a company that publishes and develops educational services was hacked, compromising personal student information for more than 37,000 students. Gainesville Fire Rescue responded to a Bass Pro Shop after a customer accidentally discharged his own handgun, hitting himself in the leg twice. A DeSoto County man is in custody after telling narcotics officers during a traffic stop that he had a live hand grenade. Florida authorities are charging a 26-year-old man they say posted a threat on Facebook that he was about to have his semi-automatic rifle returned and people should stay away from Walmart. 3 dogs have died after being exposed to toxic algae while swimming in a pond in Wilmington, North Carolina. More than 250 people marched down Main Street in Tavares on Saturday protesting the decision to bring a statue of a Confederate general to the Historical Society there. And Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party returns to the Magic Kingdom this Friday. And that is your news brief from The Source.
It'll be a warm and humid Monday, pretty typical for this time of year. A mix of clouds and sunshine. A thunderstorm in parts of the area this afternoon. Highs of 89 to 93. After an early evening thunderstorm lingers, your Monday night will be clearing. Lows of 76 to 78. Both Tuesday and Wednesday, some sunshine and thunderstorm each afternoon with highs not far from 90 both days. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Bill Denger.
Jan Marino from Palm Garden, and we are the best. As a matter of fact, we're the best of the best. You can put us to the test and we'll keep caring without any rest. The Ocala Star banner has a contest, you see. You can vote for Palm Garden and you can vote for me. Go to Ocala.com. It is easy to vote. You can vote every day, so please take note. Palm Garden really is the best. As a matter of fact, we're the best of the best.
Howdy, folks. RL here for Dairy Queen Silver Springs. We want to thank Marion County for 45 years of loyalty. We love this wonderful community, so come on down to Dairy Queen Silver Springs and get some of our great food and ice cream. We have a number of great meal deals that include dessert at a better price than anyone in the industry. Our products are made fresh to order just for you. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
It's time for the 37th annual Ocala Shrine Rodeo. Thursday, August 29th. Don't miss Bullfighters Only, the baddest animals on the planet. Rodeo action Friday and Saturday, August 30th and 31st, 7:30 nightly at the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion. For information, check out OcalaShrineRodeo.com. OcalaShrineRodeo.com. Bullfighters Only in the Ocala Shrine Rodeo. Don't miss it.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
"25 minutes before 9 o'clock, and it's time for News Bites. This is the portion of AM Ocala Live when Robin and I will read the news to you. Keep our opinions to ourselves. We will not attempt to be entertaining, and we will tell you where we're getting these stories from, because we're just going to read the first paragraph or so, and if you'd like to read the rest of it, it's up to you to do that. We'll just give you the information you need so you can go online. Every single one of these stories is online. So there you go. We are able to get between 25 and 30 stories into this segment, which means that for the next 25 minutes, you have an opportunity to catch up on the news just by listening to your radio. And let's just get on with it then. And then you can get on with your own life and live your own news. The first story is from the Thomson Reuters News Agency. New York City's chief medical examiner is confident Jeffrey Epstein died by hanging himself in the jail cell where he was being held without bail on sex trafficking charges, but is awaiting more information before releasing her determination, the New York Times reported yesterday, citing a city official. An autopsy was performed earlier in the day on the disgraced financier, found unresponsive on Saturday in a New York City jail. Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Barbara Sampson said a private pathologist observed the autopsy on behalf of Epstein's representatives, which she called routine practice.
A Lake County, Florida representative wants to sign a law into place to legalize carrying concealed weapons on college campuses. Carrying guns on college campuses is not currently legal in Florida. Representative Anthony Sabatini says one of the dumbest laws out there are laws that create gun-free zones. He said that he is filing this because he thinks college campuses would be safer if guns were no longer prohibited on them, reported by WESH TV2.
From Newsmax.com, Republicans may need to replace President Donald Trump as their 2020 pick. Former White House Communications Director Anthony Scaramucci told Axios yesterday, he said, quote, "We are now in the early episodes of Chernobyl on HBO, where the reactor is melting down and the apparatchiks are trying to figure out whether to cover it up or start the cleanup process," Scaramucci said. A couple more weeks like this and country over party is going to require the Republicans to replace the top of the ticket in 2020, unquote. So Scaramucci stressed that if Trump doesn't reform his behavior, it will not just be me, but many others will be considering helping to find a replacement in 2020, unquote.
A daycare center where children could stay overnight as their parents worked was ravaged yesterday by a fire that killed 5 and sent the owner to the hospital. The victims in the lakeside city of Erie, Pennsylvania, ranged in ages from 8 months to 7 years. At least 4 of the victims were staying overnight at the residential house. The fire was reported at about 1:15 a.m. yesterday, was funneling out of every first floor window when firefighters arrived. Valerie Lockett-Slupski, standing across the street from the fire-damaged house, said that she is the grandmother of 4 of the children and that they were staying at the daycare center because their parents were working overnight. She said the family had 2 boys and 2 girls and had used the center for almost a year. The cause of the fire remains under investigation, reported by the Associated Press.
Also from the Associated Press, private emails show that accused sex trafficker George Nader helped Steve Bannon secure a $100,000 speaking gig in 2017 for a conference on Qatar hosted by the Hudson Institute in Washington, D.C. Bannon, at the time, had just resigned as President Donald Trump's chief strategist. Nader, a former Trump advisor, last month was indicted on charges of importing child pornography and traveling with a minor to engage in illegal sexual activity. He took part in the infamous Trump Tower meeting that involved Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, and Bannon, and was also involved in the 2017 meeting in Seychelles that Blackwater founder Eric Prince held with a Russian ally of President Vladimir Putin's.
The number of cases in Marion County, Florida, of hepatitis A has exploded this year, likely due to the area's crossroads status in the state. With the hepatitis A outbreak in Florida, a declared public health emergency, and infection levels soaring in much of Central Florida that includes Marion County, the question is, how did we get here? A swath of infection stretches exist from the state's west coast Bay Area in the Marion and Lake counties and out to Volusia County on the east coast. The Bay Area counties account for almost half of the more than 2,000 hepatitis A cases reported in the state this year. Pinellas and Pasco counties, with more than 300 cases each, are ground zero. Marion has more than 100 reported cases, a better than 10,000% increase over the 1 case reported every year between 2015 and 2017. How far and fast the virus spreads depends on several factors that include the virus's virulence and the likelihood of infection after exposure. Hepatitis A ranks high on both counts, reported by journalist Carlos E. Medina from the Ocala Star-Banner.
From CBS News, some 100 protesters demonstrating outside a New York City Immigration and Customs Enforcement office were arrested Saturday after they shut down a major Manhattan roadway carrying signs reading "Abolish ICE" and closed the camps. Demonstrators said they held the protest in anger at the recent high-profile immigration enforcement raids at processing plants in Mississippi. Demonstrator Miriam Bernstein told CBS New York that "we are protesting the camps at the border and the children being separated from their parents," unquote. Organizers of the protest wrote that "we demand an end to all detention and separation of families at at the border and everywhere. We demand dignity, respect, and permanent protection for all undocumented immigrants, unquote.
A man in Florida was seen pedaling a bicycle in the nude before swiping underwear from a sex shop. It all happened this past Thursday evening in Wilton Manors in Broward County, Florida, where police said they responded after getting reports from concerned citizens of a naked man riding down the street on a bicycle. After those initial calls, the man then entered the sex shop where he donned underwear that he took off the shelf. He offered to pay for it with his bicycle. The station cited the police report as saying the man then left the shop without paying for the underwear and without the bicycle. The subject left the business, continuing to walk up and down Wilton Drive, where he removed the stolen clothing item again, exposing his sexual organs. The man was booked as John Smith on charges of lewd and lascivious exhibits and refused to divulge his name, reported by Fox News.
From the Associated Press, you'll finally be able to catch the late J.D. Salinger's books in digital format. Longtime Salinger publisher Little Brown and Company said all 4 of his works, including The Catcher in the Rye, will be made available as ebooks tomorrow, marking the first time that the entirety of his published work will be available in digital format. His son, Matt Salinger, said the digital holdout ended because many readers use ebooks exclusively, and some people with disabilities can only use them. There were a few things my father loved more than the full tactile experience of reading a printed book, but he may have loved his readers more, and not just the ideal private reader he wrote about, but all his readers, said Salinger, who helps oversee his father's literary estate.
Universal Pictures has pulled the release of a satirical thriller, The Hunt, which is rated R. It had been slated to debut in theaters September 27th. The move comes a week after 2 deadly mass shootings in El Paso, Texas, and Dayton, Ohio. Universal did not respond when asked if the decision was directly related to those tragedies. The studio did not give a date for when the film would be released in the future. In an already released trailer of The Hunt, a narrator explains that every year elites hunt average Americans from states like Wyoming and Mississippi for sport, reported by CNN Business.
Sorry, the computer's just frozen up. This is from the Associated Press again. Independence and democracy proponents in Hong Kong are hoping rising protests are the writing on the wall, quite literally in the worldwide spread of pro-Hong Kong Lenin walls. But 4 masked men at the University of Queensland staged an apparent counter-protest, destroying the symbol of free speech. We had someone see it around 11 p.m. and it was fine. University of Queensland international student Jack Hugh of Hong Kong told The Guardian. He went on to say, we got reports around midnight that 4 guys in masks came and just tore everything apart. We have them on footage. The closed circuit TV got them. We are trying to figure out who did that, even whether they are students or not.
A group of scientists announced they have created vodka from ingredients found inside the Chernobyl exclusion zone and verified that it is safe to drink. Atomic vodka was created by University of Portsmouth scientists from grain and water from inside the exclusion zone as part of a 3-year research project into the radioactivity of crops grown inside the 19-mile radius around the Chernobyl nuclear plant, which experienced a reactor explosion in 1986. 30 years on after the accident, it was found that in the area the crops were slightly above the very cautious Ukrainian limit for consumption, so technically you cannot eat those crops. Well, there are some grain, and why doesn't someone try making vodka? Project leader Jim Smith said his team found distilling the vodka reduced the radioactive contamination to an undetectable level and is making it safe to drink, reported by UPI.
From CNN, an inmate who escaped from a Tennessee prison 4 days ago was captured yesterday. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation said that Curtis Ray Watson was apprehended in Henning, which is about 45 miles northeast of Memphis, and where the West Tennessee State Penitentiary he escaped from is located. Watson was serving a 15-year sentence for aggravated kidnapping and is a suspect in the killing of a corrections official who was found dead in her home on the prison grounds on Wednesday, the day that Watson went missing, according to TBI. After the corrections officer, Deborah Johnson, was discovered dead, the prison was immediately locked down and an inmate count conducted, at which point it was discovered that Watson was missing from his work detail.
They helicoptered over crowds into the Woodstock Festival and hiked in past abandoned cars. They danced at dawn on a muddy hillside and dodged drenching rain. They barely slept. They phoned their moms to say they were okay and marveled at their sheer numbers. They left behind besodden socks and sleeping bags, but gained an enduring sense of community. 50 years later, memories of the anarchic weekend of August 15th through the 18th of 1969 remain sharp among people who were in the crowd and on the stage for the historic festival. Woodstock was staged 80 miles northwest of New York City on a hillside owned by dairy farmer Max Yasker. It was a great spot for peaceful vibes, but miserable for handling the hordes coming in by car. The enduring story of Woodstock is that more than 400,000 people jammed into an area of about a square mile without a disaster, reported by the Associated Press.
We'll take a little break. We'll be right back after these messages.
Medical providers are special, and to look special, they go to Scrub Paradise in Ocala. Located off Easy Street next to Shoe Carnival, Scrub Paradise has a wide selection of top brand scrubs, medical shoes, and accessories. Embroidery is also available. Don't settle for the same boring scrubs. Visit Scrub Paradise today or call 352-873-4368. Your favorite brands are on sale. 352-873-4368. That number again is 352-873-4368.
It's time for the 37th annual Ocala Shrine Rodeo. Thursday, August 29th. Don't miss Bullfighters Only, the baddest animals on the planet. Rodeo action Friday and Saturday, August 30th and 31st, 7:30 nightly at the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion. For information, check out OcalaShrineRodeo.com. OcalaShrineRodeo.com. Bullfighters Only in the Ocala Shrine Rodeo. Don't miss it.
Hey, this is Matt from Crossroad Auto Sales. I want to invite you to come over and check out our vehicles. All of our vehicles at Crossroad Auto Sales go through a rigorous 100-point safety inspection. We work with most outside finance companies, and we even have in-house financing available. Stop by today at 1800 Northwest 10th Street or give me a call at 690-6695. That's 690-6695. Crossroad Auto Sales. We won't leave you stranded at the crossroad.
Direct Connect to UCF, where students who attend the College of Central Florida and graduate with an AA or articulated AS degree are guaranteed admission to the University of Central Florida. Success coaches are ready and waiting to assist you in designing an educational plan that is right for you in any of their locations across Central Florida. Remember, connecting is easy and guaranteed. Find out more at directconnect2ucf.com.
All right, 10 minutes before 9 o'clock, let's return to News Bites. The next story is from the Florida News Network. A Florida man is in custody after telling narcotics officers during a traffic stop that he had a live grenade. The DeSoto County Sheriff's Office called in a bomb squad from a neighboring county to disarm the explosive after taking Donald Reed Jr. into custody on Saturday. Reed was arrested and charged with multiple counts of possession of firearms and ammunition by a convicted felon. Photos posted by the Sheriff's Office on Facebook showed a cache of weapons, including a pistol, rifle, and what the authorities described as an M67 grenade. When deputies approached the vehicle, Reed said he had a grenade with its pin in place inside his vehicle. He told the deputies it was live.
A teenage boy was impaled by a beach umbrella on Friday while visiting Massachusetts. The 13-year-old was on Good Harbor Beach when an umbrella got loose in the wind and flew into his shoulder, leaving him seriously hurt. Jacob Vargas said, "When I ran over, there was a really large gash in his shoulder. There were 3 or 4 people there. One lady was tying a tourniquet. An off-duty lifeguard and a nurse used a beach towel to try and stop the bleeding. First responders say to use common sense when using beach umbrellas, especially on windy and crowded days. Some beachgoers have even turned to sand screws to keep umbrellas from getting caught in the wind," reported by WFLA NBC.
The next story is from the Associated Press. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says she sees comprehensive immigration reform not only as Congress's official work, but also as its moral responsibility as she finishes up a tour of Central America. Pelosi traveled with a congressional delegation to explore the causes of immigration and possible solutions. The group visited Guatemala and El Salvador, along with migrant detention facilities in McAllen, Texas. The Democratic speaker said yesterday in Texas that she made the trip because she wanted to ensure that the U.S. effectively honors the dignity of the immigrants who enter its borders.
A black bear broke into a Colorado house over the weekend and left by breaking through a wall like the Kool-Aid Man. Estes Park police say the break-in occurred on Friday and that the animal was likely attracted to trash. Upon officers' arrival, the said bear forcibly breached a hole in the wall like the Kool-Aid Man and made its escape, according to the police department Facebook post. Colorado Parks and Wildlife said bears entered over 35 vehicles and 9 residences in the Estes Park area in the 10 days before August the 3rd. Residents are encouraged to close and lock all doors and windows to all homes and all vehicles, reported by the Associated Press.
This next story is from NBC Sports. A Pan American Games fencing teammate broke with his teams and country, taking a knee to protest during the national anthem, and now the governing body is weighing consequences for the political demonstration. Every athlete competing in the 2019 Pan American Games commits to terms of eligibility, including to refrain from demonstrations that are political in nature. U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee spokesman said in a statement to the Associated Press. He went on to say, in this case, Race Imboden did not adhere to the commitment he made to the organizing committee and the USOPC. We respect his rights to express his viewpoints, but we are disappointed that he chose not to honor his commitment to us, unquote.
The Senate's top Democrat says he's introducing legislation to require the FBI to regulate the sale of body armor in the United States. Senator Chuck Schumer said yesterday that the legislation would require the Bureau to set standards on who would be eligible to purchase bullet-resistant vests and other body armor. The New York senator says there would be exceptions for law enforcement and other public safety professionals. The legislation is aimed at trying to curb the sale of body armor, which has been used by assailants in mass shootings, reported by CBS.
From the Florida News Network, 2 North Carolina residents took their beloved dogs, Abby, Izzy, and Harpo, to a pond in Wilmington, North Carolina on Thursday night to cool off. Within 15 minutes of leaving the pond, one of the dogs began to have a seizure. Upon their arrival, a second dog started seizing, and then Harpo, a 6-year-old Doodle mixed therapy dog, began to seize and show signs of liver failure. By midnight Friday, all 3 dogs had died. A veterinarian said the culprit was poisoning from blue-green algae present in the pond when they played. Toxic algae blooms are more likely to infest bodies of fresh water when the weather is warm and waters are stagnant, according to the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. There's no cure for the poisoning, and exposure nearly always leads to death in dogs. Drinking from a body of water where blue-green algae lurks or licking it off of fur can kill a dog within 15 minutes of exposure.
A former Ohio State diving club coach will be sentenced on charges related to allegations of having sex with a diver who was a teenager at the time. The diver, Estee Pryor, shared her allegations publicly and is expected to give a statement at former coach William Bohonyi's sentencing today in Columbus. Pryor is among divers suing Indianapolis-based USA Diving, alleging it didn't do enough to stop Bohonyi. She was 16 at the time, reported by the Associated Press.
From USA Today, Bill Cosby's effort to erase his conviction for sexual assault goes before a Pennsylvania appellate panel today for a hearing expected to focus on whether the trial judge made prejudicial errors or properly allowed testimony about Cosby's decades-long pattern of sexual misconduct. The hearing will be before a 3-judge panel, and it could be short. The judges will not issue a decision today, and there is no telling when they will. If the decision goes against Cosby, then Cosby stays in his prison cell near Philadelphia, and his lawyers can try to persuade the Pennsylvania Supreme Court to hear his appeal.
Authorities in California said a large monitor lizard spotted roaming a neighborhood for about a year has been captured, but there is a second member of the species still on the loose. Susan Nowicki, a reptile expert, said she captured the lizard on Friday in an Escondido pond. The monitor lizard is an invasive species. It has been dubbed Esco in honor of being captured in Escondido. It will be quarantined for 30 days before being moved to a new home. She said the lizard measures about 3 feet long, making it too small to account for sightings of a 4-foot monitor lizard in the area. She is continuing to hunt for the larger lizard, reported by UPI.
Gainesville fire crews were on the scene in Celebration Point after an accidental shooting at Bass Pro Shops. First responders treated a man after he injured himself with a firearm. GFR says the man was carrying a gun in his pocket when it accidentally discharged twice, hitting his leg both times. The gunshots caused shoppers to hide and flee the store. The man is in stable condition. No one else was hurt. He did have a concealed carry permit.
SeaWorld Orlando has been offering free beer since May, but now visitors can get a free brew at its water park, Aquatica Orlando. Now through September 2nd, visitors who are 21 and older can get a free 14-ounce beer at either park. For those who don't drink beer or are under the age of 21, the parks are offering a free 12-ounce cup of fruit punch or lemonade, reported by Spectrum News.
From USA Today, final numbers are expected today after audiences helped the Fast and Furious spin-off called Hobbs and Shaw take another lap at number 1, even with an onslaught of 4 new major releases this weekend. According to studio estimates yesterday, Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham's action flick Hobbs and Shaw fell 58% from its first weekend, but added $25.4 million from North American theaters. It has now grossed $108.5 million domestically and $332.6 million worldwide.
Florida's Democrat lawmakers are proving to be much worse than the Republican colleagues in complying with the Florida state law that requires they disclose their finances. More than 5 weeks after the July 1st deadline and more than a week after late notices were sent out to lawmakers, 25% of the 64 Democrat state senators and representatives failed to comply with the law, reported by the Associated Press.
From the Orlando Sentinel, Halloween is just a week away. At least at Disney World, Mickey's Not-So-Scary Halloween Party returns to the Magic Kingdom on August 16th, and with it, a brand new fireworks show called Disney's Not-So-Spooky Spectacular. In this show, Jack Skellington from Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas plays host, sharing with visitors a tale about the unexpected things that can happen on Halloween night. The story revolves around Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Goofy, who venture through a haunted house that has plenty of tricks and treats in store. On this past Friday, Disney shared video of the show undergoing tests, giving many a very first look. The show will include projections, lasers, lighting effects, and of course fireworks. All right, that's all the time we have for News Bites. We need to move forward. Nadine Thomas coming on to talk to us about Grandma's Magic Box. On the other side of the break, how many stories, Robin?
30.
This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Fox confirms that Jeffrey Epstein was not checked on for several hours leading up to his death, nor did he have a cellmate, which is unusual at this federal facility.
Short staffing at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in Manhattan